Okay, it's time for season 4 of Being Mary Jane. Um, Greatly improved. If you saw my past reviews, they actually admitted to most of these mistakes in this season, and this is actually season 4, the first half, because they made 20. They're making 20 episodes. They're doing 10, and then 10 more in the spring. Which is a departure from 12-ish. Um, yeah, I've tried to do the math on these things and I keep losing numbers. But the point is, big change. They dropped a year. They changed cities. They put her on her own, well, semi on her own. They brought Kara, and they tried to de-racify, but she keep pushing the race thing, and it's. I mean, there are issues that need to be discussed, but you don't make everything a one-issue world. I mean, seriously, if I had to settle for one interest or issue, I'd go insane. There aren't enough hours in the day. You would have to be insane to do that. I mean, obsess. Which, obsession is never a good thing. But anyways, they're made changes for the most part. Obviously, even with a major change, there will always be a drop back, even if it's only momentarily. But yes, people do change, and decade by decade, they are very different. Which is why marriages break up, because they change separately. You're not changing together. You get caught in your own little worlds. You spend 2 hours a day together if you're lucky, and the rest of the time you're changing with other environments. You got other people with ulterior motives trying to change you too, and that is evident in every aspect of life. People at work affect you, people at normal hangout spots influence and affect you, friends, family, everyone has a little pull, and they're like little gravities pulling on you. Sometimes you get stuck in the wrong orbit, and changing that orbit is what this season was about. And let's hope that it survives. The second half of season 4 doesn't fall back into the old habits and the old Mary Jane and the racism. I mean, seriously, I get just as upset when an unarmed person gets shot. And I mean, I dealt with some pretty major stuff in the 90s and a bad environment. I mean, luckily, I got to observe most of it instead of getting dragged into it, because there were certain activities I refused to be part of in those days. But I have knowledge. I have people who are directly connected to major news events of the 90s. And I observed, and I fought, and I spoke up, and I still speak up on issues of multiple topics on an hourly basis, not just like, when it becomes popular. A lot of times I actually post things days before some major similar thing breaks, but that's another story. News. I mean, first of all, you're moving. They moved the show to a network news show. This is not a spoiler. Obviously, a network news show isn't a single race issue. And to have one person obsessing, I mean, obviously, she's got to learn she can't do it. Yes, you're going to favor certain topics, but what you don't do is obsess and try to act like everyone else doesn't matter. This is all about my race. And that's the only thing anyone should ever be concerned with, is my race. Because there aren't, hundreds of other nationalities and multitude of races. And yes, there's a question of how many races there really are. I keep getting told I'm white, which is ridiculous because white people didn't even exist when my people were domesticating animals, building agriculture, and creating mathematics and language. We did that completely separate. And 100,000 years of evolution separate the Arabs and the whites. But that's another story. What you need to understand is things can change, and I really like the changes. But there's one thing: is she looking more like Michael Jackson every day? I swear, even the nose. One day she's like almost gray skinned. That just might be me, or it could be my monitor. I don't adjust the color, and things look a little blurry to me sometimes. Plus, I normally wear these, and they're bifocals. So I might not be seeing things clearly, but it's an improvement. But then again, from the way I'm reading, the next 20 is the end. There's a 2-hour movie to kill the series at the end of season 4 next spring. This spring, coming. I think it's this spring. It's 2018 sometime. I would assume it's in the spring. It wouldn't make sense to put it in the fall, because then it would be the 5th season. But that being neither here nor there, we are here now, and we're looking forward to season 4.5.